Hi there, Bill here. I got a 1995 Nissan Maxima. She's a fixer-upper. But before I bought this car, I had done some research of the I know the 90s Hondas and Toyotas, especially Camrys and stuff. They always go over 200,000 miles easily, even with neglect. And a lot of people don't know these Maximas had very high standard of quality also back then. So, I just love the color on this thing. So, let's see. Kind of testing out a new camera here at the same time. Anyway, I picked this baby up at a county auction for $300. I actually didn't run at the time, but it did say starts and runs, or starts and drives or something in the paperwork, although it said hard to shift. And 168,000, that's not terribly high miles. There's reports of these going 300, 400,000 miles on the same engine on the internet. So they really go up there in miles. Hard to shift. I don't know how they figured it was hard to shift. I mean, I couldn't even get it into gear at the when I first got it. I had to take the console apart. It's a shifter solenoid, but you can just stick your fingers in there and shift it. The wheels on it must be aftermarket because they're 16s, and from the research I've done, they all have 15s. And this baby's it's pretty loaded. I don't know what model it is, GXC but it's got power everything. Power seats. Initially I thought the seats didn't even, heated power seats. Pretty crazy. But initially only one of these lights lighted up. Let's see, where's my key? Which kind of fooled me. No, I suppose it won't light up unless the lights are on. Yeah. So the passenger one lights up. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's not working. So the driver's button, it's just a bulb in there that's burned out. To my surprise, I just found out a couple days ago that it's just a light bulb. It's burned out. Low and high settings on the seat. And that is nice. We're at the end of winter here in Minnesota, and boy, that feels good. Never experienced heated seats before, so I did give her the old drain oil treatment on the rust. When I first bought this, it did have, I looked under it and I thought, wow, that's very clean for a car that has rust on the fenders. And there's a pretty nice undercoating under there, but after I've been under it and everything, it's rustier than I thought, but it's, for a car of its age, it's surprisingly clean. And for sitting, it was sitting like a year and a half before at the auction site, I believe. From the paperwork I could figure. Another reason I bought it, because I figured, hey, it must have ran pretty good at the time it got impounded, because 3 of the 4 tires had spike strips in them. But then I got her home, and let's see here. Oh, do I? There it is. Where's my camera person when I need him? Anyway, let's see. Stuck a battery in it, fired right up, but it did not run good. It ran on. It was missing pretty bad. Then a little more research. Coils is a common thing on these. 3, 4, 5, 6 back 3 are accessible, not too bad, kind of between the intake manifold. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. So I tested them, changed a few of them out. Some very inexpensive ones on eBay. That didn't help the problem. Tried changing the spark plugs. That seemed like it made it run a little better, but that wasn't the problem. So the main problem was, tested the injectors. You can test the resistance. You unplug them, and I forget what the readings are supposed to be, but I believe these were, I couldn't get to the center one on the rear. You can actually test. Yeah, can we get to it? Well, how did I figure I could do that? Yeah, I could test this front one, I think. But one on the back, that's a job taking this baby off, but you can loosen it up and prop it up. You don't have to unhook everything. And it can be done without taking it all off, but you still got to get a couple bolts behind. Just kind of a pain. One of those deals you got to take your time. Anyways, this thing, oh, she purrs like a kitten now, except when you start it up in cold weather. I'll get her going here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Kind of a tick-tick. And they got an exhaust leak. Apparently this is a tensioner problem on this engine. But it only does it when starting it up cold for the first few minutes. And it almost sounds like plastic on plastic. We pick it up. So, apparently this tensioner piece, you can change it out. There's some mechanism, apparently it pumps up with oil after it's been warmed up, and then you don't hear the noise at all. Only the first couple of minutes at startup. I would say it's probably 3 minutes on this engine. Actually, what I'm tackling today, I'm going after the knock sensor, which is way down there in that cavern. You can't even see it. Well, you can, but on camera you can't. That shouldn't be too bad. It runs really good now after changing the 2 injectors. You can find injectors cheap on eBay too. I got like a set of 6 for, I think it was $45. Just parts are all over for this aftermarket on eBay. It's pretty cool. So I wish, yeah, let's see. The exhaust pipe is actually a flex pipe where she's broken. I guess that's a common. See, I got her taped up a little bit, Mickey Moused under there. I don't know if you can tell what she looks like, but you can see that nice undercoating. Yeah. What should I gave her the old farmer treatment with the oil, drain oil. Cheap undercoating, but it really prolongs, stops the rust from doing its rust thing. I've done it on other vehicles in the past. Oh, it's still doing it. It'll probably stop any second here. Then the car is high idling too. It must be a choke. It always does that when you first start it, first couple of minutes. It's cold weather here yet. I wish I could pause this camera. I don't have a pause function that I know. I hope it quiets up quick. I don't want to make this video too long. Can you hear it? I guess to change the timing chain tensioner, just cover all these bolts. But then you gotta take the motor mount off, and I was under the impression that you had to take the alternator off too, from what it sounds like on the internet, but it doesn't look like you have to. But there's inspection panels down here, I guess. Right there. There's one right down there. Power steering reservoir, or brake fluid reservoir. You need to come out so you can actually get your fingers down there. But well, it's still ticking pretty good. A little warmer out today. I thought it would have been warming up quicker. Heater doesn't seem real good in this thing either, but then again, I never let it warm up for a good long time, since I live pretty close to my work. So yeah, I really don't want to take that cover off, but I think it's this inspection hole, I believe, is your water pump. Can you hear it anymore? She is disappearing. The idle's gone down. That was a very cold start. First start of the day, but after it runs the first start, it seems like it can sit a few hours and you start it up and there's no noise at all. Oh, I was going to look at the stock size of wheels on this too. I think the noise totally disappeared now. Funny, most cars have a placard sticker here for the tire size. On the 95 Maxima, it's on the center armrest. And this only shows 205/65 15s. So someone put 16s on it. 205, what were these ones? 215 55/16s. It actually, overall size is about the same as the 15s, but I ordered a few tires and I decided to go with even bigger ones. 215 60/16s, because that is such a more popular tire size, and you could actually put like up to 18s or 19s on this car, I guess. But 215 60/16s are, I think I found some on the internet for 45 bucks, Walmart.com. She's purring like a kitten now, almost fully warmed up. Now the only sound you hear is the old injector tick, which is normal on all vehicles. Be now there is no ticking at all whatsoever. It sounds beautiful. I guess another, oh my gosh, chicken on chicken action. Also, another thing from my research, other videos and what I've read, on the core support on these 4th gen Maximas, it will rust out on the underside, and I guess your radiator will actually fall through. But this one is actually pretty good, surprisingly. So I gave her the oil treatment, and she shouldn't rust out anymore now underneath there. Anyways, I guess that's about all I got to say about the 4th generation Maxima. Thanks for stopping. Bye.